Have you ever dreamed of finding a love that makes your heart beat faster and at the same time brings you such deep peace that it seems like you've finally found your place in the world? That love that understands you, supports you, and makes you feel completely safe, being exactly who you are. It seems perfect, right? But believe me, this love exists, and it is even better than in the movies. It's about that look that makes you feel special, the hug that gives you strength, and the future that you start building together, that this video talks about and what really matters in a relationship. 1. You understand. Have you ever had that feeling that someone, somehow magically, can understand you before you even open your mouth? That moment when you start talking, but the other already knows what you will say and even finish the sentence for you? Or when you enter an environment and without even exchanging words, the person with you already knows exactly how you feel, whether it's euphoria, nervousness, or sadness. That, friend, true love. It's not about reading minds, it's about being so connected, so aligned with someone, that words become unnecessary. It's as if there is a silent communication, an invisible code that only you two understand. This kind of connection goes far beyond trivial conversations, because true love is deeper than simply talking. It lives in the lines, looks, small gestures that to others may seem insignificant, but to you, they say everything. When you connect in this way, you feel understood at a level that few people can reach. It is that feeling that, even in silence, the person next to you is there, feeling you, knowing you from the inside out, and most importantly, accepting you exactly as you are. This mutual understanding creates a foundation of trust and security that is unshakable. You do not have to try hard to explain your feelings or thoughts, because the person already gets everything. 2. You respect one another. Respect is literally the basis of any relationship that aspires to be something deeper than a simple affair. Do you know that good feeling of knowing that even when you and your loved one disagree on something, there is no shouting, no unnecessary fighting or attempts to force you to change your mind? Because, in the end, true love is never about controlling or manipulating the other to mold yourself to your idea of what he should be. Rather, it's about understanding that two people are unique, with different life stories, values, and beliefs, and that these differences are actually one of the most beautiful parts of being in a relationship. When there is respect, the other feels heard, valued, and, most importantly, free to be who he is without the constant fear of displeasing or being judged. Respect goes far beyond polite words. It's the way you look at your partner when he or she is talking about something that is important to him, even if the subject is not so interesting for you. It is that care in understanding the other's limits, whether in physical or emotional space, and not to exceed them only to prove a point or win a discussion. It is knowing that even in the most difficult moments, when moods are at their peak, you will still choose the words with affection, because hurting the other, even in the heat of the moment, is not an option. And when you respect someone for real, the impact is huge. The relationship transforms because you both know that you may be vulnerable, that your opinions will be taken into account, and that the love between you is strong enough to welcome even the greatest disagreements with maturity and empathy. 3. You're supportive of one another. When you truly love someone, their success and happiness become as important as your own dreams. In fact, sometimes you get so invested in the success of the other that it even seems that you are cheering for him more than yourself, as if your boyfriend's victory was his own victory too. Because that's exactly what it is. In a relationship built with love, there is no competition, there is no rivalry, there is a mutual cheer, a true partnership. It's as if, suddenly, you become the biggest fan of your boyfriend, the one who is there on the front line, applauding every small step, every achievement, every progress. No matter the size of the victory, you are present. And, likewise, you are there also in the difficult moments, in the days when the world seems to collapse and everything seems to go wrong. In these hours, support becomes even stronger, because to truly love is to hold the other's hand when he cannot stand up alone. It is to be the voice of encouragement when discouragement tries to take over. And the most amazing thing is that by doing this, by supporting unconditionally, love between you grows. The connection deepens, because both know that they have a safe haven, someone who will be there, firm and strong, in victories and defeats. When you love, it's not just about supporting when it's easy and everything is working out. It's about being the solid foundation in difficult times, knowing that in the end you will win together. 4. You're both willing to compromise. When it comes to true love, it is easy to fall into the trap of thinking that everything will flow perfectly, as if love was a magic formula that solves all problems. But the reality is that no relationship is made only of moments of fairy tale. Disagreements will arise, differences of opinion will appear, and at some point you will realize that you can't always have everything your way. And you know what's most amazing about all this? In true love, these differences are not the end of the world. On the contrary, they can even strengthen the relationship. The secret is in a powerful word: commitment. Committing is not only giving up something out of obligation, but choosing to make concessions because the well-being of the relationship matters more than winning a discussion or imposing your will. In true love, giving up does not mean losing. It means understanding that sometimes the middle way is the healthiest, which keeps the balance between what you want and what the other needs. And let's match. See the smile on his face that you love after making amends that you made together is worth much more than winning a self-centered battle. Love is about giving and receiving. It's about knowing that at the end of the day what really matters is mutual happiness. And the most beautiful of all is that when both are willing to give, it creates a cycle of reciprocity where neither feels they are giving up more than the other. On the contrary, you realize that you are building something worthwhile, a relationship where both feel heard, valued, and, above all, loved. 5. You change each other for the better. True love is not about finding someone who is perfect or fits perfectly into a list of qualities you have imagined. It's about finding someone who challenges you, inspires you, and somehow turns you into a better version of who you were before you met him. Because when love is real, it pushes you to grow, not in a forced or uncomfortable way, but in a natural and even unexpected way. You begin to realize that you are becoming more patient, more understanding, more open to new ideas. And this does not happen because the person requires you to change, but because living with her awakens in you the desire to be better, both for yourself and for her. The amazing thing is that it doesn't happen only on one side, it's mutual. You inspire each other to pursue your dreams, overcome fears and insecurities, be more courageous, and believe that you can conquer the world together. Maybe before, you didn't have much interest in following that sleeping project or improving certain aspects of your life, but the simple fact of being with this person makes you believe it's possible. And the most beautiful of all is that these changes do not happen by pressure or collection, but because true love makes you want to evolve. When you really love each other, you become growing partners, and that turns the relationship into something much deeper. You are not just a couple, you are a team, an unbeatable pair that is constantly helping each other to get further. In the end, this is one of the greatest gifts of love, the chance to evolve alongside someone who makes you want to be their best version. 6. You feel emotionally secure. True love is the one in which you can be, without filters, exactly who you are, with all your oddities, your vulnerabilities, and even your worst days. Because deep down, the great magic of love is knowing that no matter what happens, you are with someone who will not judge you or turn away from you when things get difficult. When you meet someone with whom you feel emotionally secure, it's as if you can finally lower all your defenses, the ones you've raised for so long to protect yourself from the outside world. There is no need to pretend, hide, or try to be someone you are not to please. You simply are. And you know what's even more amazing? When this emotional security is present, even moments of weakness have seen opportunities to further strengthen the connection between you. That honest conversation where you share your deepest fears, or that day when you were at your worst and your partner was just there, by your side, not in a hurry to fix you, but only by offering you support and presence, these are the moments that define true love. Because when you are with someone who offers you this safe space, where failures are only part of the process and not grounds for judgment, the relationship turns into a refuge. It is a place where you feel seen and accepted in a complete way. And that, in a world where people are constantly trying to be perfect, is a real relief. True love gives you the freedom to be yourself, without fear of losing others, because you know that you are with someone who supports you and chooses you, regardless of circumstances. 7. You are authentic with each other. In a world that presses you every moment to be perfect, being in a relationship where you can be completely authentic is honestly one of the most liberating sensations there are. Think with me, how many times have you caught yourself trying to look like something that is not, just to fit into the expectations of others? Society is all the time throwing in our faces these unattainable standards of how we should be: perfect, successful, always happy, and flawless. But when you're in a true love relationship, none of that matters. You don't have to wear a mask or pretend to be someone you're not. He wants you as you are, with all your qualities and, yes, also with your imperfections. And the amazing thing is that when you are authentic with each other, this connection is deep. Friend, when you feel free to be vulnerable with someone, without fear of being judged or rejected, that's where the relationship flourishes in a way that you never imagined possible. This kind of authentic love is rare, but it's what really pays off. Because, at the end of the day, knowing that you can be 100% you, laughing any way you want, crying when you need to, talking about your insecurities without worrying about what the other person will think, is what turns a relationship into something truly unique and deep. And the truth is that authenticity creates a bond that no mask or perfection could even come close to achieving. 8. You plan a future together. The future can be scary sometimes, right? That feeling of uncertainty that makes you question everything, as if with every step in the unknown the world is bigger and more intimidating. I know, this cold in the belly that appears every time you think about what is coming can be paralyzing. And the idea of facing it all alone, carrying the weight of the world on your back, is absolutely frightening. But imagine, for a second, to find that true love, the one that envelopes you like a warm embrace on a cold day, and suddenly the unknown loses the power to frighten you. Because now, you are no longer alone. You have someone who walks beside you, someone who holds your hand tightly, showing that together you can face anything. What once seemed like an impossible climb now becomes an exciting adventure, a journey full of discoveries, because you are side by side, and nothing else is that difficult. It's magical, you know. Knowing that with every step you take, with every dream you share, you are building something much bigger than a simple now. You are building a future, a home, a life. This certainty of knowing that, regardless of what happens, you have someone by your side to dream together, plan together, live together, brings a peace that not all words in the world can describe. You begin to imagine the trips, the moments that will laugh until the stomach hurts, the achievements that will celebrate hand in hand, because the future, somehow, is no longer so uncertain when you know that it will be next to someone who really loves you. And you know what's most beautiful about it? The relationship is no longer just about the present, what you are living today. They are writing a story that only makes sense because you are together. And suddenly everything fits together, the hard days become more bearable, the joys become even more intense, because you are not just in a relationship. If you've identified with these signals or think your friends need to hear it, be sure to share this video with them. And to stay on all the tips about love and relationships, you already know, give that like, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell not to miss any content. A kiss, bye.